hello, welcome back. Hello, welcome to the Hangar 51, back in the hangar. Back in the gigantic hangar. Shadow, what's up? EQ, what's going on? I know I'm in shadow right now, guys. I gotta go get my lamp. So I had all this stuff, literally all of this stuff, in my car for the trip up to Alabama. So when Roy told me, oh, go live, well, so all right. So I had to go get it all out of the car. I still have to go get my lamp, and I'm gonna get my turbo timber UMX, because we're gonna do a little flying in the hangar tonight. And so I'm still setting up, but I want you guys to get in here. So stand by while I go get some more stuff. I'll switch over to hangar view. You guys can look at that because it's going to be a better view than me not being here. So let me flip this over like that. It didn't go. Let's try it again. There we go. Okay. So there's the empty hangar. I got all my sheet metal stowed to the far side of the hangar over there, and I swept all the dirt out, and then I was taking the blow gun, or the leaf blower, and blowing all the dirt out, and I got it almost done. I ran out of battery, and one of my batteries was flat, so I had to trick it to get it restarted. So I don't know if you guys know this trick or not, but when you have a battery that won't take a charge on your charger because it thinks it's dead, no polarity dead, there's several ways you can do it. The easiest way really is to get a battery that's in storage charge. Don't get a full charged battery. It's too much stress. But use a storage charge battery and put it on a balance board and just plug the two together. You don't even have to plug it into the charger. Just put them on the balance board together, and the storage charge battery will start recharging the other battery while they're just sitting there. It's going to try to balance the two out, and that gives your battery pack a kickstart to plug it into a charger and start charging it. And if you plug it into a charger right then and start charging it, and it takes the charge, starts charging, then you can take the storage charge battery off and let it just run the dead battery back up. So I did something similar to that. I hooked, these are 40-volt battery packs for my leaf blower. I have a chainsaw also, and that share the same battery. So when I got a 4-cell battery out of the trailer and hooked it, positive, negative, negative, to jump start my 40-volt battery, and it worked. It got enough juice. I left it there for maybe 5 minutes. I took that battery pack off the blower pack and plugged that directly into the design charger for it, and it started charging it. So it's in there right now charging, and it is working. I tested it already, and it is charging up. So I was able to jump start it and get it back charging. So I think we've saved that battery pack, and I think I have 2 more I have to do the same little jump start trick to. So, but in the meantime, stand by. I'm gonna go get some more stuff. Gotta go get an airplane to fly. I'm gonna get my lamp so that you can see me, because right now I'm in shadow. You can't, right now you can't see me at all, but when I switch to the other camera, I'm just in shadow. You can't see me because there's no lights in front of me, they're all behind me. So let me go get my lamp, get my radio, get my UMX turbo timber and a couple of battery packs, and I'll even bring a charger over here so I can charge them. So I'll be missing in action for several minutes, but stand by. We're gonna have a little fun tonight. They're having fun in Birmingham. We're gonna have fun here in the hangar. Be right back. Alright, I got the first load. So, hang on a minute, let me get a couple things set up here. I gotta be able to charge batteries. Of course, I don't have any batteries charged. I was not prepared to go live tonight, guys. I'm not complaining. I'd love to go live for you guys anytime you want. Just let you know, I wasn't prepared for this. So it's going to take a minute. Alright. Okay. So what's going on? That's alright, Spencer. Hey, I saw your Zoom thing. It's okay. Not a problem, man. We can both, we can Zoom. You can put me up live in the Zoom if you want. Or I can put the Zoom live here. No problem. That's easy peasy stuff to do here. Alright, so now I can switch this back, because you can see me now. I'm not in shadow. So, oh wait, maybe you'd rather see just the hanger. I know that's coming. Yeah, that's what she said. So which one of you are going to tell me? Oh, no, switch it back. We don't want to see you. Alright, so I got my charger here. I've got my batteries here. I have to still go I got to get the cord for the charger. And I have to get the radio and the UMX turbo timber. So let me go do that. Just talk amongst yourselves for a little longer. And I will get back here in a second. So there's 20 of you here and only 9 likes. Come on, guys. I'm working hard here for this. Come on. What do you got here? Let's see. Hello, pilots from Reckham Roy in Washington State. What's up, Roy? It's your fault. You made me do it. Oh, God. Mike Bird, EQ, Shadow Ops. Victor, what's up? I was going to bring the airliner out here and just taxi it around in the hangar. So, I could get it airborne in the hangar. I just couldn't land it back in the hangar. So, of course, during the day, I literally could fly it out the door, fly around, and then fly it back in the door. I don't want to do that though, because getting it stopped, I don't have brakes on it. Getting it stopped before it punneled the back wall would just not be cool. So, yeah, TNRC, man, I tried so hard. So, if you guys don't know the story, here's what happened. So, I left here at 1:15 in the morning, which is 12:15 Birmingham, and that was fine. I'm good. We had plenty of time to get there, not rushing or nothing. So I'm cruising up the highway, and about 2.5 hours up, I got tired. And I was starting to get sleepy, so I said, okay, let's pull over and sleep, because I don't want to wreck anything. Let's just take it easy. So I pulled over. I find a nice dark spot that I could park. I fell asleep almost instantly, and I think I slept for almost 3 hours. So I think I fell asleep around 3:30, and I think I woke up just after 6. So it was about 2.5, a little over 2.5 hours. Got back on the road. I'm sailing along. Everything's great. Everything's doing good. Car's in lockup. Everything's cool. Everything's fine. I'm thinking, all right, man, this is great. It's staying in lockup, and I'm cruising. This is great. We're doing great. And about an hour more into the run, the sun's coming up, and all of a sudden I could feel that it feels like the tranny's slipping. I can feel it. I'm like, oh, this isn't good. So I start slowing down, and usually if I slow down, it'll stop slipping, and then I can, because once it starts slipping, it starts heating. If you've got the tranny slipping, it's creating heat, and trannies don't like heat. So it wasn't recovering. And I'm like, okay, I got to pull over and give it a rest. So I see a Sunoco station just up ahead, and all right, I'm gonna pull in here. So I pull in, and I open the hood. I shut the car off and open the hood, and all the smoke starts coming out from under the hood. And I'm like, I'm looking around. I don't see anything, and I don't mean like big plumy smoke. Just that real light, almost steam-looking, foggy like smoke coming out of it. Uh, it's hot. It's not hot though. The gauge is showing it's not hot. So something's burning, like on an exhaust pipe or something. Maybe a little bit of tranny fluid got on the exhaust pipe and it's just smoking a little bit. So I said, well, screw it. I'll just, I'll give it a minute. I'm gonna add that other quart of transmission fluid treatment stuff, and see if that helps. So I go get it was in the trailer. And I went and got the quart of oil, and I come back, and all this tranny fluid's flowing out from underneath my car. And I'm like, okay, well, we're screwed. That's it. So, now it's about 7 a.m. I have very limited phone service. I'm trying to get a hold of a couple people, and I'm not getting a hold of anybody. So I finally get a hold of my best friend Wayne. He's got this big tow trailer and a rig, and I don't know. Listen, if you guys saw the pictures of the tow rig that brought me home, put a bunch of emojis up, so I know if I need to put the pictures back up, I will. I might have to fiddle a little bit. I'm not sure if they're on this computer or not, but if you've all seen it, then I don't need to put the pictures back up. So everybody put your emojis up if you've seen the picture of Big Blue. It's this big blue rig with it's got to be a 60-foot long trailer. Craig, it's guaranteed for 150 or 160 mile an hour winds. Okay, now they compromised the structural integrity of the building putting it up. So is it still rated for that? I don't know. My attorney's going to work through that. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I'm not. The place looks fantastic. They did all the outer skin put up and everything is very neatly done. Everything's perfectly in line. All the screws are lined up and spaced correctly. I mean, they know how to run a screw gun. They don't know how to use a sledgehammer. So, and the fact that they even need a sledgehammer is just really disconcerting. So, no, I didn't blow a line, Shadow. I think the front pump seal is failing. No lines come off or anything like that. It's just, and it looked like a lot of tranny fluid. It was probably less than a quart, but like just less than a quart. It was a lot of fluid, but when we got the car, I didn't even try to drive it there. I mean, I knew it was a waste of time. If I fired the engine back up, it's just going to be blowing more tranny fluid out of it. So we just, winched it up on the thing. So when we got here, we had to unload it out by the road because they have my yard so tore up that Wayne would have got stuck in here with Blue. So we unloaded it by the road. He drove away. I waited till later on when there was no traffic on the road, and I went out and I started it up, and I had to forward reverse a couple times to just get the fluid back into the valve body, and then it drove fine. I drove it out around the school across the street and back in my yard and out here into the field. Drove fine. It wouldn't have drove into Birmingham, Alabama, but it drove 100 yards around my property. So the tranny's still working, everything's fine. We just have to figure out where the leak is. I'm pretty sure it's the front pump seal. My Oldsmobile wagon did the exact same thing about a year ago or so, and I took it to my buddy's shop. I pulled the tranny and put a new pump seal in it, and the wagon's perfect now. I just had to replace that one pump seal, and I'm gonna have to do the same thing with this. So I'll probably take it over to Wayne's house, the guy that rescued me, because he's got a lift, and we'll probably pull the tranny over there, put a new seal in it, and put it back together. I gotta confirm that's where it's coming from. but I think so. I think that's what it is. So so that's why I didn't make it to Birmingham. Um, you know, I was 3.5 hours away from here. You know, when I got a hold of Wayne at 7:30, um, and I told him what was going on, he had stuff on the big trailer, so he had to get it cleaned off. So it took him 2 hours to clean off the trailer, but he made it up there without, you know, with empty, you know, about 2.5 hours. So he left at 9:30, and he got there right about 11:30, 11:40. So he made really good time getting up there. So it took us an hour to get it loaded. By the time we pulled it out around the parking lot of the Sunoco, so we weren't blocking his pumps or anything, and got it loaded and secured and everything. And then we got on the road. So now it's, let's see, it's 11:30, it's 12:30. We drove probably an hour, so now 1:30, and then we stopped and had lunch. And we were there probably an hour. We were just relaxing and bullshit. And there was no sense of urgency here, guys. We're just taking the car home. So we're not on a time clock. So there was no urgency. Yeah, EQ. I didn't even get to the event before I had bad luck. Yeah, it just seems to be my. Yeah, I think God's just testing me right now. You know, it's just one of those. Yeah, you had to replace your AC unit. We had to do that too. Our AC unit's not 6 months old on the house. Yeah, we had to replace ours too. I think you guys remember me telling you that. So yeah, we got a brand new AC unit at the house too. Yeah, we're just not having very good luck all the way around. You know, and then of course they fucking up the building, and you know, so it just the hits just keep coming. You know, they just, you know. So anyway, we probably left Hardee's about 2:30, and then we stopped to look at a train on the way home. There's a train parked on US 19. It's an old steam engine that's parked there, and it's got a big sign, you know, the history of it and everything. And I knew it was there. I've just never been to it. So we were, and I happened to mention it to Wayne right as we were within a mile of it. And I said, hey, you know, he started telling me a story. I said, wait, before you tell me the story, do you know about the steam engine that's, oh yeah, it's right up the road here. He says, okay. He says, you want to stop? Yeah, I want to stop. So we stopped there. We probably lost another half hour there, easy. You know, reading the history and looking at the steam engine. It's pretty cool. And then we got back on the road. I would say we got back here probably about 4:30-ish. Now, Wayne didn't stop for gas all the way home. And he knew he was running low, but, you know, he knows exactly how that truck is. So as long as he's on the road and the crown of the road is sloping downward to the right, not a problem. If it's the other way around, see, when he pulled off the road, he pulled up into the grass, and now his truck is leaning to the left. Well, the pickup is in the right. So all the, you know, even though he had gas in the tank, he didn't have that much, and all the gas flowed away from the pickup to the left. So now we can't get the truck started so he can go home. So we spent at least an hour and a half with this makeshift fuel pump rig that he has set up to transfer gas from the rear tank, which he can't use anymore right now. He's got a problem with the rear tank, but he's got two side tanks, a left and a right. And but the pickup for the fuel for the engine is in the right tank. So he can transfer fuel from the other two tanks to the right tank, but he can't run the truck off of the other two tanks. He has to be running off the right tank. So another hour and a half to pump fuel from the back tank to the right tank. And then it took us at least 30 minutes of cranking, because diesels don't like to be run out of gas, to get it to finally start. So so he left here about 6:30, 6:45 last night is when he finally got out of here. So that's when my day ended yesterday, trying to get to Birmingham, Alabama. So at that point I was up, what, 19 hours, 18 hours straight. And then I came out and, well, I was in the Air Marshal show last night, and then the Zoom after that, until I just couldn't stand it anymore. I was up about 21 hours straight, and I had to, well, I had a nap in there, but, I was beat. So, yeah, I was up about 21 hours, and then I went to bed and got some sleep. So, but that was my adventure yesterday, trying to get to Birmingham. And since nobody has put up any emojis that they've seen the rig, I will, when I get back over here, I will get some batteries charging, and then I'll put up the pictures of my car and trailer on Big Blue's tow rig, which is what brought me home. Micah, what's up? Good to see you. So I listen, guys. I haven't said hi to you. Michael Bear, I see you. I see all of you guys. But I can't tell my story and read at the same time. I don't know if you guys can. If you are, you're special. I can't read your tell my story and read your comments. So, but yeah, so that's what happened yesterday. Trying to get to the event. I was about an hour away from the Florida line when I broke down, and then I was probably 3 to 4 hours. Let's go 4 away from the event. So if I, because this broke down at 7, so 4 more hours. Well, that's my time, so we get an hour back. So yeah, 4 hours would have put me there at 11, which would have really been 10. So even if I had gotten there by 11, maybe I needed an extra hour, I would have been okay. I would have got there by 11 o'clock in the morning yesterday. But when all these chains of events went on, that was it. Now, here's one more. Okay, my unluckiness. Here's what happened. So last night when I locked up the hangar after we were playing out here, the night before last, okay, so, but I was in the hangar last night because I had to put some stuff in here before I went to bed. And I locked up the door and everything, went to bed. When I got up today and came out here, some animal tried to claw his way through my man door. Now, I don't know what this man door is made out of, but it's pretty thin. So there's a footprint, like a raccoon footprint, and then next to it is is a left footprint, and to the right of it is a right footprint where his claws dug into my man door. So there's these claw marks, indented. The door is dented there now, where his claws were trying to claw through the door. And then there's a bunch of other light claw marks right next to that. So yeah, so my brand new man door's already, fucked up. It's just like, oh my God, is it ever gonna stop? Really? So I can't believe this brand new door is already all marred up from an animal trying to dig his way through the door. I just can't believe it. And I'll take a picture of that and post it tomorrow. But yeah, it's just like, oh my God, it never ends. It just never ends. It's gonna, So anyway, all right, so I'm gonna excuse myself again. Let me put it back on the hanger so you're not looking at this crappy view. I'll put this view back up. And I'm gonna go get my turbo timber, UMX turbo timber, because we're gonna fly it in here tonight. I've got the charger, but I need the cord for it here. And where did my special charge cord go? Oh crap, I dropped it somewhere. All right, but this has got the HD. It's got the right connector on it, so I don't need it to charge. So we'll go find that tomorrow. I'm not gonna look for it tonight. So I just need the cord, the radio, and the plane. So I'm gonna go get that. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back as quick as I can. The cord's in the garage, the old garage. I gotta go get it, and the plane and the radio are in the car. So I have to go opposite directions to get everything. So it'll be a few minutes for sure. So, but I'll be right back. I think Either my feed is way behind, or the camera's not working again. Hang on a minute, let me look. Because you should have been able to see me when I stood up. Huh. Yeah, I don't think it's working. Hang on a minute. Yeah, the camera's not working. All right, let me fix that. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Okay, there it goes. It's working. All right, cool. All right, be right back. Okay. Alright, so first thing is, let me see if I have a battery ready to go right now. I might. I don't know. And then we'll go from there. Okay. Phone down. Smart checker. Check these bearings. See if anything's ready to fly. Oh, that's why. Let's try it this way. 3, 6. 6. 6. Yeah, we can fly that for a couple of minutes while we're charging. All right. Boss 2T3, what's up? So what's everybody? Well, Bill, what's up? Yep, gonna fly in the hangar. Yep. Just give me a couple minutes, guys. We're working on it. Plug this in here. And let's grab the 350 because that'll charge faster. Oh, crap. The 350 is the one that's got a little charge in it, damn it. Alright, well, look at this. Put this in here. Okay, battery charging. Let's get the radio out of the case. We got a shitload of moths trying to fly in the hangar. Yeah, I can fly my quadcopter in here too. The my Blair Witch, as Dave Marshall calls it. Turbo Timber UMX. So one nice thing is we don't have any wind in the hangar. I don't have a headwind
headwind, tailwind, you know, there's no wind. That's one nice thing there, right? You got that. Alright.
Doing a little taxi test here. Wait for it to come on the camera. Guess I need this. Probably should angle the camera down a little bit. Got too much head. Oh, I mean headroom. There it goes. There it is. Now it's on the camera. There it is. Yeah, hang on a second. Let me bring the camera down just a squeak. Here. All right, hang on a minute. Let's go like this. Let's see what that looks like. Anybody getting seasick yet? Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah, you can see a little more of the floor. We can still see the ceiling. All right. Full flaps and rudder work. Yeah, Fred. Fred! Yeah, it's a big hangar, but it's not as big as I thought. It's a little tight in here, I gotta tell you. I'm really not getting as much rudder authority as I thought I would. I wonder why the light's dim for some Yeah, it's tight in here, front guys. Holy crap. I haven't wrecked it yet, but I don't know if I want to keep pushing my luck. So I got a 3D plane. It's a little bigger than this, but I think it would fly in here easier. It's not ready to fly, though. I can't go get it tonight. But for future episodes... Yeah, I'm never leaving the... I told you guys already, I'm never leaving the hangar. This is home now, guys. I'm staying right here. You know, this is heaven, guys. I'm telling you, this is the greatest thing ever. Yeah, I'm not going inside. I'm gonna stay right here. Yeah, I wouldn't. This is not a first airplane, guys. It's a great flyer, and it will work as your first airplane for sure, but I wouldn't say it's the best choice, you know, and certainly not trying to fly it inside a hangar. The big problem with a plane like this as your first plane is it's too small, and an inexperienced pilot, it's going to fly away. It's going to get too far away. He's not going to be able to see what it's doing. So if he's trying to fly alone, doesn't have an instructor with them, and he's flying a little tiny thing like this, it'll be so far away that he won't be able to see it. He'll lose orientation, and he'll forget to throttle back, and it'll just fly away. So that's why, you know, flight characteristics wise, it's a great little airplane, but it's too small, and it's too easy to get it too far away too quickly to where you can't see it anymore. So yeah, I wouldn't use this as a first airplane for sure. Yeah, I need the vapor, Mike. You're right. I think, you know, now that I have the hangar, I might have to buy a vapor. If they go on, you know, if they go on sale for Black Friday, I think I'll buy one. You know, I really do. I think I'll probably buy one. I don't know, Wild Bill. You know, I think he kind of experienced what I experienced at the Pilot Ryan event. You know, and you know, I got about 7 planes damaged. I didn't lose any technically, but you know, I think the most expensive hit was the RV8 because it cost me $100 to replace the left wing that got crushed, and well, that's all I had to buy. I mean, there was a lot of work involved. I had to fill a lot of stuff and sand and paint, and I still have some more painting to do on the rest of the plane to freshen it up, and then I got to put the decals back on it that I don't have on it currently. So that was probably the biggest loss. Everything else, I don't think I had to replace any parts. I just had to do a lot of repair work. You know, some foam repair, little putty, sand fill, paint on several airplanes, rehinge, several foam hinges were torn off. I had to put Dubro hinges in it. So yeah, I don't think money-wise, other than the $100 I spent on the wing for the RV8, I don't think I had to buy anything else. Just a lot of repair work. I could be wrong. I'm thinking if there was anything else I bought. I think there was, honestly. I think I had to buy something, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, oh yeah, I had the full flaps just to keep it slow. You know, I wanted to keep the speed slow and still have enough lift. And yeah, if I don't pulse the throttle and I just get the throttle in the right spot, it seems to fly around in a relatively circle-ish pattern pretty well. You know, it's you know, So your vapor student bought a Draco. Why don't you make him a Faco instead? He'd have saved a lot of money and had just as much fun. Yeah, I saw the post. I saw the batteries laying out on the ground. I don't know how many of them they lost, if any of the batteries blew up or anything. It looked like several of them were still usable. They just threw them all out there to get them out just in case. But yeah. I think some of those batteries are okay though. Yep, yep, that's true, Roy. If you know, it's pretty easy to spot a pilot or not. Rich M, what's up? How you doing tonight? So, how much flying did he do, Michael, before he bought the Viper 90 and the Draco? Does he have any experience at all, or? Yeah, that's how it'll go. You know, the one guy listened, saved his airplane. The other guy took it home in a bag, and you know, you just can't tell them. They won't listen. I don't want to fly prop planes. I want to fly jets. I want to. I don't care. I'm going to fly a jet. What do you think's the best jet? None. So I'm not going to give you advice on which jet because you shouldn't be flying one. You want to fly one? Buy what you like, because no matter what you buy, it's going in the ground. So pick whatever you want. You're going to take it home in a basket. So it's not that easy to fly, I can promise you. So if you've never flown before, there's no way your jet's coming home, you know, in any other form but in a basket. So, you know, pick whatever you want. Wow, nice hobby shop. That's helpful as hell that they're giving such great advice. Yeah. I do too, Michael. Mike Bird. You know, I love the Jets. Don't get me wrong. I like the Jets. They're fun, but they're too everything. You know, they require more attention. They go through batteries much faster, both flight time and replacing them because they've started to lose their zing. You know, there's just so much that comes along with the jet stuff. It's getting better. I think in a few more years, I'll like flying jets a lot better than I do right now. But you know, I've got some cool jets and I love flying them, but I'm a prop guy. I like my prop planes better. Longer flight times, you can run batteries for years in a prop plane that, you know, you might get 6 months in a jet. You know, the flight times are longer. You know, just You know, I just like it better. You know, and it's not about the speed. I mean, I've got planes that are faster than my jets. Yeah, I like fast, but you know, I don't need to go fast all the time. You know, I like nice scale, slow flight. I like stole takeoff landing stuff. I love playing that. You know, with my Timber X. You know, just I can fly that thing around for 12, 15 minutes just doing takeoff and landings, and that's a lot of fun. You know, and a 4-minute jet flight's just not my deal. Um, so, yep, that's kind of how I roll. I've got 14 jets, I think, if I at last count, and I don't need any more. That's plenty. Unless they come out with something I just got to have, which I haven't seen that yet. I don't think we're going to see that for a while yet. What's that? ROES jets are intimidating. Yeah, they are. Well, Shadow, if you slow the jet down, you can get good flight times. That's what I keep telling these guys. Listen, you can fly it at 100 miles an hour for 4 minutes, maybe less. But if you want to slow it down to, say, 75, 80 miles an hour, you get 6, 8 minutes out of it. If you want to slow it down to like 60, you get 12 minutes out of it. So, it's just what you want to do with it. I heard my name 4 minutes. Jet flight. Yeah, Matt. You can't do this with a jet. You can't fly it inside your building. There you go. So, how about that? Do a little taxi test here. My feed's behind. Let me get caught up. That should be about right. Yeah, I think I'm caught up now. Yeah, I'm good. All right, let me take a couple more laps. I think I still have enough battery to make a couple more laps. The other one's charging. We'll have another battery in a minute. Maybe this battery's just too low. Maybe I better wait for the other one to charge because I keep losing power. I'll tell you what it feels like. It feels like I had wind, under the wings, like a breeze. But I don't think I'm getting a breeze in the building. Maybe I am, but then the breeze goes away and it loses lift, and then it starts to fall. So either I'm losing air lift, or this battery is just losing too much. Because it was at 3.8, it was its storage charge. But, that don't mean crap on a UMX. This thing will fly a storage charge for an hour, what I'm doing. So, So let me see how much battery I used, and then we'll let this other one charge up. Yeah, so we're 375. So I used 0.05.
Yeah, it's not much.
All right, so while we're waiting, where'd my battery hatch go? Nothing right there. Okay. Let me see if I can put these pictures up. I'm gonna try. I think I can, but let me look. I don't know where the hell they ended up on this computer. So let me see if I can find them, and then see if I can put them in the stream here. I need a blimp. I have a blimp. It's remote control. It's on a wire, but it's really cool. It's a Goodyear blimp, and it's fairly big. And I started to hook it up for radio control. I put some I didn't have small enough radio equipment. This was, 15 years ago. So today's stuff, I've got small enough stuff in it now. So I'm going to make it radio control, and then we'll be able to fly the blimp in here. I might even be able to put some lights on it, because the stuff I was using before were like, I think I rigged up a standard servo to flip the motors upside down so that I could, make it go backwards and stuff. And when I got it all hooked up, it was too heavy to fly. The stuff weighed too damn much. So, so that didn't work out so great. But today, we have some micro-sized shit now. So, yeah, I think I can make it work now. So, I gotta go buy a can of helium. That's the only bad thing. That's an ongoing expense to keep having to buy helium. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Okay, yeah, the pictures are here. So let me do this one first. See if we can grab it in the window so you can see it. Okay, so there it is. Come on. Okay, all right, so let's go over here to browser 2. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's not working. Let's go over here. Try this one. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. No. And no. Okay, all right, so let's go. How about my zoom session? That's the camera. How about here? That's not going to work. How about this? Oh wow, we got a ton of pictures here. Alright, let's try this. Alright, let's try this. I go here. And no? Alright. What else we got? Well, that's close. Hang on. No? No? Nope. Alright, let's try this. Try to open it with something different. Open with, let's see. Hang on, guys. I can't read the chat. I'll be right back. Let me see if I can. Let's try Windows Photo Viewer. Maybe that'll work. Okay, now let's see if we can get that in the capture. Okay. Let's do this. Try it again. Alright, let's try something else. Wow. Okay, well that's it. But holy crap. Why did it do that? Why did it open all these damn windows? So we got that. I'm going to put it to the top. Okay, and then we'll switch it over. Okay, so this is the tow vehicle. This is what my buddy came and picked me up with. And what that is, so he built that truck. Fred, I'm here. Where? Can you hear me? I'm here. Can you see the blue truck? Yes. Okay. So what that is it's a 63 Ford cabover truck body on a the front axle is about, and part of the frame at the front is part of the 63. Actually, I don't even think that is. No, actually, it's not. At some point, I don't know what. It's made out of a 95 Freightliner fire truck. So he took a Freightliner fire truck and cut the frame and pieced it together with the 63 frame to make the chassis body, and then it's got a Cummins diesel in it, turbo diesel, power in it, a 95. That was part of the fire truck. And then the back half is a utility bed off of a railroad utility truck that they used on to repair the tracks, and the sleeper is a Freightliner, I think. I forget what year the sleeper is, but it's off of a Freightliner. So, you know that song Johnny Cash, one piece at a time? Well, this is it. So, and that's the only music he plays in the truck, and it says it right on the back of the truck, in the back window. Johnny Cash, one piece at a time. And anytime he takes it to a car show, he has that on a loop. And Johnny Cash is singing one piece at a time because that's how the truck's. It's got BMW headlights in it. I mean, it just goes on and on the list, guys. You wouldn't believe how he built this truck. But he's been offered $100,000 for the truck, and he won't sell it because he needs it. It's too useful. You know, it's got a fifth wheel in the bed, and it's got a regular hitch, receiver hitch on the bumper or on the frame under the bumper, and he tows everything with it. Big giant boats. He takes them to the port to put them on a ship to send them to different countries, and you know, and then that ramp that's back there, he built that ramp, and there's a flat piece in front of it, and you might get a better picture of it. Let me put the other picture up now so I can show you what it looks like. Alright, open the other picture. So open with Windows Viewer. Okay. Let me make sure that's working now. Yep, got it. All right, and then we'll flip it over here. So we're way up in Cross City in Florida. Actually, we're about probably not quite an hour north of Cross City. Around US 19 on our way up. So now looking at this picture, you can see there's a flat area right behind the sleeper on top. So he used to put his camper on there. So he'll winch that all the way up onto that flat part on the top, and then he's got room for 2 vehicles or 2 boats on the slanted part where my car and my airplane trailer sit. And he built all that to very specific specs so that it's very versatile. He can move all the ramps, he can move all the grading for the wheels to line up whatever size thing he's putting on there. He's got if it's a boat on a trailer where the tongue jack is with the wheel on it, he's got a track running up the middle that's adjustable, movable, to put the trailer wheel in that groove to hold it that way, and then tie it all down. So it's an amazing. This guy, I'm telling you, man, he can build anything. So, but yeah, so that's the and that ramping system. The truck weighs 13,000 pounds. The blue truck. He's had the blue truck on those rails that my car's sitting on. So that's how strong that shit is. He had to bring the truck home with his other truck. So he put that blue truck on those rails where my car's sitting and brought it home with the other truck. So the guy's a bit of a nut, but I love him. So yeah, so that's how I got home yesterday. Yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Christy, how you doing? Doesn't look like enough wheels. Yeah, no, I think the cab over is, I don't know if he changed something. He's had to redo some stuff. You know, he engineered this himself, and not everything worked out perfect, but the roof of the cab is tilting back slightly, and I don't remember it being that way deliberately. So I don't know if he had to change the body slightly, lift the front up. Maybe he couldn't get on the trailer if it was too low, so he had to adjust it up. You know, he's got a welder. He can cut and weld it back however he wants it, and he's had to make some changes. But no, I think the truck itself is flat. My God, the frame in this thing. You know, like I said, it was a '95 Freightliner fire truck. I mean, good God, the frame on this thing was fucking huge. Yeah, there's something going on with the roof. I don't remember when he first built it that it tilted back like that so much. I thought it was more flat. You know, and it looks like the front wheel, the fender gap is bigger than it used to be to me. I thought those wheels were, you know, up inside the fender a little farther. So I don't know. I'll have to ask him. But yeah, he pulls anything and everything with that. Wide loads and big boats and all kinds of stuff. And so yeah, Wayne to the rescue. He came and saved my butt. I don't know what it would have cost me to tow that thing back home. I wouldn't have paid it. I'll be honest with you guys. It would have been either I'd have waited till Deb got off working and she would have came and got me, took me home. I would have got the station wagon, brought it up, put the Impala on with my trailer, and I'd put my Impala on my trailer, left my trailer hooked to the bumper of the Impala and let it roll on the ground behind the trailer, and I would have had a little choo-choo train trailer with a trailer behind a trailer, and I would have towed it home very slow very late at night. You know, I probably would have headed for home around 11 or 12 and just cruised all the way back home. It probably would have taken me about 5 hours to get home. But, you know, that's what I would have had to do to save the money, because it would have cost me probably a couple $1,000s to tow that rig home. You know, because it was at least 200 miles home, at least. Probably 300. Yeah, I bet I'm closer to 300 miles. So yeah, it would have been a fortune to tow it home. So that, I would have done it myself. You know, I got plenty of time on my hands, so I would have brought it home myself. Um, and I would have hated every minute of it. So so and he builds crap like this all the time. Like I said, he built the truck, he built the the ramps for the trailer. It was a flatbed, wood flatbed trailer, and all that rigging comes off. So if he wants to use it as a flatbed, he can. But most of the time, he leaves the rigging on and just puts everything up on the ramp. Like I said, he put the blue truck on the ramp, so it's strong enough to hold 13,000 pounds. So it's all aluminum. You know, I think the uprights are steel, but all of the ramp part where the wheels roll are adjustable, and they're all aluminum. And I think there's like 8 sections. You know, each section's about 3 feet long, I think, and so he can adjust each section accordingly. So like if the first boat's got a narrow wheelbase, he can slide them in and put the boat on that one, and then the back one he can spread them out for a bigger wheelbase. It's very versatile. He can change the configuration to fit whatever he needs. So you know, it's pretty cool. Sounds like it, Christy, maybe, but it's been through every inspection and it's passed with flying colors everywhere he goes. You know, he hauls all over the country. He has to go through way stations, DOT checkpoints. He blew through a way station once because he was hauling personal equipment. He didn't have his DOT numbers on the truck. He was running his own shit. It wasn't for hire. And the DOT guy came after him and pulled him over. And, you know, how come you didn't stop at my scales? And he says, because I'm not hauling for hire. This is my stuff. He says, you know, well, you got 2 boats on there. He goes, yeah, they're my boats. I bought them. They're my boats, and I'm taking them home. Well, you still need DOT numbers. No, sir. If I'm not driving for hire, I do not need my DOT number on the truck. And that's why I didn't go through your station, because I'm not running for hire right now. And the truck's registered to me. The trailer's registered to me. It's not registered to a business, you know. So and you know, he knows the law, and the guy had to let him go. He says, "Oh, okay, but next time, yeah, just pull in anyway, you know, so I don't have to chase you. I'll just wave you through, but pull in anyway." He says, yeah, okay, sir. So. Been doing this for years. Oh, you mean my towing myself? Well, the illegal part about it would have been the extra trailer wheels on the behind the trailer. Yeah, that's probably. I mean, UPS does it. You know, they have their little, I forget what they call that, a tag along, I think they call it, and they do it. But yeah, I would have probably got pulled over somewhere for that one, and it would have just been a fix-it ticket fine. It wouldn't have been a big deal. And I'll tell you why they would have pulled me over is because I'm not running a tag on the trailer. You know, in Florida, they don't give a shit. You know, I've been pulling that trailer around since '05, and not a lot. I'll be honest with you. I bought it as a garage for my lawnmower, and it sat in the yard for years. And then I used it like once a year there, and maybe another time, and then, but now I've got it as an airplane, so I use it every weekend now. But I still never been pulled over for it. I was going to an autocross once with it down South Florida, and the cop was super nice. I mean, he was just so funny. He was super nice, but he was wrong about everything. You know, everything. Well, he was wrong about one thing. He pulled me over and cited me for all these things, and I just, after he read me the list, I just looked at him and I said, "I'm not doing very good, am I?" And he laughed. He says, "Don't worry about it." He says, "Just give me your license and registration. Let me just do a check." And he did, and he came back and he says, "Okay, so I'm just going to give you a verbal warning on everything, except the safety chains." Yeah, I didn't have the safety chains on it. So he gave me a fix-it ticket for the safety chains. But he was wrong about everything else anyway. I would have, all those tickets would have been thrown out because he was wrong. But anyway, so yeah, I've never had a problem, and it's only a $40 fix-it ticket. Hell, it's probably going to cost me $30 a year to register it. It's cheaper to just pay the fix-it ticket, and it's it's not a it's just a fix-it ticket. No tag. Oh, okay. Yeah, somebody stole it. So okay, here's your $40 ticket. Go get your plate replaced. Okay, thank you. So all these years I've been getting away with it. I've only had to pay the fix-it ticket once in what are we talking about? 16 years. Yeah. So yeah, it's just not worth it to put tag on it. Down here, there's very few places that would even pull you over to check it. They just don't care about it. Stupid license plate on a trailer. So, but anyway, yeah. So what else you guys want to talk about? Now that you got pictures of my ride home from my attempt to go to the fly-in and didn't make it. Anybody see, now? Didn't somebody else have a tent blow down besides David yourself at the fly-in? I thought I saw a post 2 days before that, like on Wednesday. I think somebody had a tent blow down. Was that David yourself also, or was somebody else had a problem? Yeah, pretty much, Christy. They don't really give a shit about too much. They're pretty relaxed on stupid shit. Tag on a trailer. That kind of stuff. They're driving a off-road vehicle on the road. They don't care about that one either. I mean, Christ, down in uh, I can't think of the name of it. There's a city, it's something city south of here. Um, they actually have a golf cart lane, golf cart crossings, and golf cart parking spaces in like the CVS, and golf carts don't have license plates on them, but they're allowed to drive on the road down there, and go across. There are crossings and parking special golf cart only parking places at the stores, because that city down there is set up for that. I can't remember the name of the city right there. So, yeah. So totally illegal. You're not paying. You don't have a tag on it, so you're not paying road tax. Okay, and but you're driving on the roads. So they treat golf carts down there like bicycles, because they don't pay road tax either. So instead of having a bicycle lane down there, they have a golf cart lane. Actually, I think they share it. I think it's a golf cart / bicycle lane. And so they can, all those old people down there, they don't need a car anymore. They just have a golf cart, and they can take their golf cart to the store, to the movies, wherever they want to go. Totally legal. They don't have to. Yeah, the villages are the same way. That's north of here. Yeah, the villages here in Florida the same way. Yeah, but they're all inside a community. See, the villages is a contained city of its own. You don't have to leave the property. The village is property. They have their own theater. They have their own grocery stores, everything. I think there's even a Walmart in there. It's all part of the villages. This down here, this something city, um, is not. Um, it's not a community. It's a city, but the city allows you to go anywhere in the city, yeah, in your golf cart. So technically, you're leaving. You're not. You know, you're never in a property like you are at the villages. Um, but the city allows it. So that's the deal there. Whereas the villages is different. You know, the villages is all private owned property, and they're maintaining. You know, they never leave their property. They don't have to. Everything you could possibly want is inside the villages, so you don't ever have to leave. So yeah, you really don't need a car if you live in the villages, unless you want to travel. But yeah, the old folks village, yeah. That's what it is. And that's getting very popular here in Florida. They're putting them damn things up everywhere, because there's just a lot of old people down here. So, Sun City, that's the name of it. Sun City, Florida. Yeah, the whole place down there is set up for golf carts. So you don't need a car. So yeah, it's just. So what else you want to see? You want any more pictures? You want me to put anything else up? What do you want to talk about? What do you got, guys? Come on. I'm good for anything, man. Pick something. I don't want to keep rambling on about my crap. If you got questions about the garage, where I'm going to put everything, I've come up with I keep changing my design. My battery's ready to fly. We can fly some more. My new split level home inside here is going to be really cool. I've come up with a new plan that I think I'm really going to like, and it's going to give me even more room for everything. I'll be able to put I'm going to be able to put the more cars in here without giving up floor space, because I'm going to elevate the split level. So I can park cars under it, and then the second split level up above the hobby room is going to be enough room for a small bedroom, and then maybe a room to put trains. You know, I can build a railroad setup up there, and do that. So I'll have a separate bedroom and a hobby train room above the hobby airplane room. So I think that's going to work out really good. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm thinking that's going to work out pretty cool. So that's the new plan. And I'm going to get started on that this week. I at least want to get the back wall of the hobby room up as a backdrop, and then bring a desk in here to sit at, and maybe have something on the wall behind me, you know, to do my live shows from that location. So I'm going to try to have that wall up first, and then we'll go from there. Okay, hang on a minute, what's this now? People are fleeing blue states? Is that what you're saying, Fred? Okay, so the villages are about, I would guess, from me, they're probably 60 miles northeast. more north than east. They're not too far east from me, but they're about 60 miles north, I think. Take about an hour to get there from here, and that's where the Boozer's parents, Wes's parents, live in the Villages, but they're moving. They bought the property next door to Wes, the Boozers, and they're going to have a house built there, and then they're going to leave the Villages and move down to be the next door neighbors. And Wes told me, he says, I love my dad to death. He says, but oh my God, they're going to be the death of us if they're living next door. He says, because we're never going to have any alone time. They're going to be here 24/7, especially with the grandbaby now. So he's like, oh my God. So, and then Sun City's probably about an hour south of me, southeast. Same thing. It's over by 75, which is east of me, and straight down about probably an hour. So, yeah, it take about the same distance to go to the Villages or to Sun City, the two old folk areas. The only good thing about it is once Wes's parents move next door to Wes, he might come flying at my field because it's going to be closer for him than the field he was going to. The only reason he was going to that field north was because it was halfway between his house and the Villages, so his dad could meet him at the flying field and they could fly together. Well, now they're going to live next door to each other, so now they could just come south to my field. And they live closer to my field than I do. So so we'll see. That would be fun. I'd love to be able to fly with Wes more often. That'd be great. So I have a question for you guys, since we're talking politics tonight for some reason. So the blue states, how are they? Give me some examples of what they're doing different than the red states. I mean, is it really that different? Are they? What are some of the differences? I have zero knowledge in politics, guys. I don't watch it. I don't give a crap about it. I don't, I usually don't vote. This is the only time I ever voted was for Trump. I was never a registered voter, never voted, because, I know I'm supposed to vote. But you know what? I don't think I should be voting if I don't know what the issues are. If I don't know what I'm voting for, then, am I really voting? Am I doing anybody any good by being an uneducated voter and just voting by, like a lot of people do? They vote by party line, or they vote, because it's a woman. Well, I'm voting for the woman, whether she's an airhead or not. I think you should be informed. You should know what the hell you're voting for. And so, yeah, if you don't know what the issues are and you don't know what you're voting for, I don't think you're helping anybody by voting. So I don't vote. I don't vote unless, So the only vote I voted was because I don't know any of the issues, so I wasn't going to vote anything else. But I did vote for Trump, and that's it. That's the only thing I did. I checked the one box and turned in my vote. And how are they going to make a profit on that stuff, Wild Bill? Do you think people are going to go back to heating their homes with oil and coal, or you know, where is the oil and coal going to be used? All the power plants now are natural gas. I don't think any of them are still running coal or oil. So, you know, what do you think? And I'm asking. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm asking. You know, I'll be the first one to tell you. You know, I just don't follow any of that crap. I don't give a crap. I don't. You know. Okay. All right, Fred. Well, that's good to know. See, I didn't realize it was that bad between the different states. Um, so that's interesting. Okay, so, and again, I'm just asking because I don't know. Who uses coal for anything these days? Where's coal still being used? You're right, Roy, and I understand that. It's like religion. You know, those are the voodoos, religion and politics. You know, you don't talk about that stuff. So, but you guys were talking amongst yourselves, and I'm just kind of sitting on the sideline watching, and you know, because I don't know any of it, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. You know, I have life things to do for myself, and worry about crap I can't control, like politics. It's just a waste of my time. So I don't stay current on it. I have better things to think about. So, so I did vote. I voted for Trump, and guess what? We didn't win anyway. Even though I voted, well, Florida won. Florida won ours, but you know, Trump still lost because of all the bullshit. So, did it really mean anything for me to vote? Nope. You know, it was a waste of my time. Didn't change a thing. You know, shit still happened the way that they wanted it to happen. No kidding. There's still 241 coal burning power plants in the U.S. No shit. I didn't know that. Wow. Yeah, I thought they were all on natural gas by now. That's crazy. Or you know, um, nuclear. They ruined. We had a nuclear power plant right here in Crystal River. It's, you know, it's just up the road from me here, and they ruined it. The dumbasses had to do an inspection, and they decided they could do the inspection themselves. They didn't have to pay that contractor the $500,000 or whatever to do it, and they fucked it all up, and they destroyed the power plant. It can't be reopened. It can't be fixed. It can't be reopened. They have to just tear it down. So they just closed it, and they're just going to run off the regular natural gas burning power plant now. We're not going to use the nuclear plant anymore. It's just a, you know, it's a fish tank now. You know, they ruined it. They destroyed the structural integrity of it because they didn't know what they were doing to do the testing, you know, the mandated testing that they had to do, and they ruined it because they want to pay the contractor to come in and do it. So that was brilliant. That was a really good move. So yeah, so we lost our nuclear plant, but we still have two. There's two natural gas. They're not burning coal anymore. They used to burn coal, and they brought it in by rail. And when they got rid of the coal, and they ran it, and my buddy Wayne, as a matter of fact, that owns the blue truck, they had to run the natural gas power line right through his property to the power plant. So he got a big chunk of money to let them dig up his land to put that gas line through. Um, so he made some money on that, and then all the rail went away. We had rail right there by his old building, and my hobby shop was right there where the rail was. We had the trains coming in right there to drop off. There was a paint guy across from my hobby shop that had all of his paint delivered by rail, and all the rail went away. And so now all where the railroad tracks were are now uh, uh, bike bike paths and walk paths. Um, you know, everywhere, pretty much everywhere down here where the rails were running are now bike paths and walk paths. Um, Yeah, Bill, I don't know. I still think you're wrong about that one. I don't think Fox is owned by the same as all the rest. I think Fox is owned by somebody else. I could be wrong. I don't want to start an argument, but, I've read that, because they say Fox is the only one that's really uh, reporting the real news. All the other places, like you mentioned, and a few more that are, cable-based networks are all owned by the other guys, and they're telling their bullshit story. But Fox is supposed to be telling the truth. It's what everything I've read, everything that I've heard. So I think Fox is, not owned by the same. But I could be wrong. I wouldn't swear to it. I wouldn't bet my paycheck on it. Yeah. Okay. See, so that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Disney owns ABC. Oh, I did, Paul. I don't watch TV anymore at all. I watch a couple of rerun shows from the 80s, Jag and House and um, Nash Bridges sometimes. And that's it. I don't watch TV other than that. I watch, you know, uh, if I want to watch movies, I'm on Netflix. If I want to watch everything else, pretty much YouTube, everything. And then there's a couple other uh, channels I watch that are cable based. I don't watch any news. I don't watch any of that crap. I don't give a crap. So yeah, I don't watch TV anymore. So Spencer's dying to have a Zoom, guys. I don't know. How many? All right, put up some emojis if you want to go Zoom. Let me see who wants to go Zoom. Because if we want to go Zoom, guys, I'll shut this down. I don't have a problem with that. I'd be happy to shut this down, so we can all Zoom. And we'll just all kick over to Zoom. But you know, if you guys don't want to go to Zoom and you want to stay here, I'll keep going. You're running this show, not me. So I'll happily shut it down so we can go Zoom if you want. So everybody give me your feedback on that. Tell me what you want. I'm going to go get another soda while you guys make up your mind. So what do we decide? We're gonna zoom? We're gonna hang out here some more? What do you want to do? Zoom link? Yeah, it's, scroll up, Paul. Spencer just put it in a little bit ago. Spencer, are you in here? Put the link back up. Do it again. Yeah, you can just scroll up a little bit. Spencer put the link up. Refreshing. So now I've got a damn moth flying around inside my lamp. Oh crap, I thought I had the building back up. What the hell happened there? Alright, I know you don't want to look at my ugly face, but I can do that if you want. I think it's Jeff Cam, right? No. Yeah, it should be Jeff Cam. What's going on? Oh no, it's Rafter Cam, that's right. There we go. So, yeah, it's not a great view of me, but what the hell. So there I am. You gonna come Zoom with me, Fred? Are you coming to Zoom? Oh, you said, yeah, okay, you said you are. Okay. All right, guys, let's go Zoom. I vote Zoom. Let's go Zoom. Most of you guys have been there. If you haven't, listen, pretty much the same thing we're discussing here is what we do over there. The only difference is that everybody's vocal. You don't have to text anything. You just talk. You don't have to be on camera. You can turn the camera off. If you don't have a camera, you don't have to have one. Doesn't matter. You don't even have to talk if you don't want to. You can just listen. But if you have, you know, you should have a microphone. Even a laptop has a microphone on it, built in. You know, it's built into the laptop. So, because that's what I'm using. What you're listening to is my laptop's microphone. I don't have an external mic. It's just the laptop microphone. It works pretty damn good. So, so come Zoom. I'm going to go to the Zoom and tell Spence to put the link up one more time before I shut this down. So just hang tight for a second here. And let me go jump in the Zoom. And I'll tell Spencer to come back and put the link up again. And then you guys can all join in. The cool thing about Zoom is when everybody's laughing, you know, we assume you're laughing at the jokes behind the camera, you know, in the text, but in Zoom you can hear everybody laughing. And I particularly like that. I think that's fun. So, so right now I'm going to be cameraless because my camera is still in the live show. So when I open Zoom, it's not going to give me a camera because it's already being used by another program. But use computer audio, and I'll jump in the Zoom and I can talk to everybody. They just can't see me. There's a big box with my name on it, no picture. So that's how that works. And then when I close down the live show, it'll release that camera, and then I'll have the option to turn the camera on in Zoom. So that's how that works. Wow, there's only 6 people in here. Wow. So you'll be able to hear, I'm not going to mute it. So you'll be able to hear what's going on in Zoom. And so you'll be able to hear what we talk about. And then it's still trying to load my audio. Oh, that's kind of odd. There it is. Join with computer audio. There we go.
And Christy lives right by him. She sees him all the time, I'm sure.
What's up, guys?
Bunch of Harleys. Is that Garagemahall?
I'm in the Garagemahall.
Hey, so we're glad you're here because Wild Bill was getting ready to start telling us Danny DeVito jokes about you.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Yeah, now I can just start calling you Taxi.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I like watching reruns of Taxi. You know, just even on YouTube, the short little clips.
Oh, yeah.
They're hilarious.
He's truly one of a kind. I mean, him. I was watching before I came back out here and turned this on. I was inside watching Carol Burnett of all things with Tim Conway.
Oh God,
just
those shows
laughing
are great.
my ass off.
Could you imagine if they did a Battle of the Network Stars nowadays? What a show that would look like?
You know, that was just TV greatness back then, and back then it still had.
Thanks, Roach. Yeah, I think it looks good.
propaganda.
Here, let me change the camera again.
Wasn't programmed. I mean, it still had pureness and pure comedy and funny. And
Nowadays, what a show that would look like?
So that's what it looks like, Roach.
Someone's watching something on a video.
So now I've got my mic muted, so they can't hear me over on Zoom. I can hear them. They can't hear me.
When in doubt, just blame Kenny.
that's right. It's easy.
You know, Fred, I didn't know there was still 241 power plants powered by coal in the U.S. I was kind of surprised when I Googled that.
Putting coal too. It's not really.
So I can, if I say something I want them to hear, I
They
can
have a
hold the
huge
space bar down,
coal-fire plant up
and
in
then unmute the
northern
mic.
Arizona, and they recently
So that's how that
just
works. But right now I can
are
just talk
trying
to
to
you guys,
convert
and
it.
they can't hear me. But I can hear
Why?
them. So
I
if they
mean,
say something to me personally,
It's
I
worked
can
great
respond.
for 40 or 50
But
years.
my camera's not working over there because it's here.
Yep. Follow the money.
I know. The dog's an idiot.
That's okay. We only got a year to have to put up with this shit for one more year anyway. They can just sit there and look stupid.
I can get that far.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter who goes. Once midterms get here, it should be over for both.
Hopefully, but
Hopefully the Democrats will lose control.
They should. I mean, we're only 5 behind, and really, in any given election of a presidential election, they usually in the House lose an average of 25 plus seats.
See, and they're talking. They're still talking politics over there too.
Let's hope to God it's
I told you it's the same
Pelosi's.
thing. It's just everybody talks now.
Doesn't matter if it's hers or not. She'll be rendered useless anyway.
Yeah.
So I said they're just sitting ducks. It'll just turn into a sitting duck for 2 years, which is fine with me. Just cancel it out.
Something like that's what happened to the Republicans a few years ago.
So you're leaving, Roach?
Yeah.
Really seems
All right,
like
man.
both
Have a
parties
good night.
just sit on their ass and point their fingers at each
Hopefully
other.
by Thursday you'll have
Well,
something else to look
well,
at in here
that's
besides
on us.
an empty hangar. I'm
Well,
going to
why
try
do
to
they
have
give
something
a
in
fuck?
here
I
for
mean,
you.
if you think about it, Bill, why do they care about anything?
I got
They're
150.
lining their pockets left
No, I
and
have a
right, and
200
when they
foot
quit, they still
Ethernet
line their
cable
pockets.
coming.
Yep.
So I'll be able
I
to.
mean, you can't.
I could
you
set
tell
up
me how
anywhere
you
in the
go from
garage next
172,000
week.
a year to
So
within
the
5
cable will
years
reach
being
anywhere.
worth
So
millions of dollars.
I won't have to sit in the doorway.
Well, you have inside information.
And then
Yeah, yeah. That most of us
Battle
don't get to
futures.
play, Fred.
maybe, like I said, maybe I'll have a backdrop,
Honestly, I swear to God, I would go
a
run
drywall
for one
up,
just to go in for whatever
and
the 2 or 4
maybe
years.
hang a couple airplanes
Say,
on it or
peace
something.
out, fuck off. I'm taking my
And
retirement.
have some kind of what looked like a studio.
You know, who cares?
So we'll see. I'm gonna try. We'll see. We'll see
I
how
know,
far
but I
we
mean, you
get.
think about it. It's just like.
All right,
you look
guys.
at
I'm
some
gonna
of
go
them
ahead and shut
and
this
I have
down.
to look
There's
at
only
them and
6
go,
of you
God,
left
how
in
did they
here.
get elected?
You know,
How
again,
in the
come on
hell
over to the
did
Zoom.
people get elected?
Hang on a
You
second.
talk
Let me
to
tell
people like
Spencer to send it over here
the
again.
Minnesota area where I used to live, and it's like, how does this happen?
Hey, Spencer, can you come over and drop the link again?
Yeah.
Come over here, Spencer.
I'm the man, Spencer.
Oh shit.
I'm harmless.
Oh,
I
apparently
forgot the link.
it was too complicated, so it's just oh shitting over here now. So
Yeah, it's always just if it's on me, I think it's the same row.
so he's trying to figure it out.
All right, Kenny, it's dropped.
There it
again.
is. Okay. So guys, click the link. Come on over to the Zoom. It's a lot of fun, and I'm gonna shut this down. I'm gonna give you a few minutes to make your mind up before.
Oh, why Roach won't bring his ass in here ever?
Who, Roach, you said?
Yeah. So,
hour of bedtime.
he's really a good dude.
Let's see here. Now I gotta leave that open. You can close
Come on,
this.
Nate.
I was gonna change the strap in this bison, but it's too fucking hard.
Go over here and switch
Crap.
to this.
Well, the one that it comes with, I like the. I like
Okay,
the
guys.
ones with like the hook
So
on them.
we'll catch you
And
guys
this one's just
later.
got, like,
I'll
one of
see you
these.
in the shows.
Oh yeah, I hate
It
those.
works. It works.
Maybe
but
tomorrow
it's
night
Like, I'd rather have
I'll
the
do
hook,
another
but
show. We'll see.
I'm used to motion planes being able to pull the battery
But,
trays
yeah,
out. but
yeah,
this
Paul,
one
come
is,
on
like,
over,
there's
and,
no room to, you know,
the rest of you
hook
guys, come on
strap,
over to the
so
Zoom.
Fuck that, I'm not doing that.
All right, we're gonna catch y'all later. Talk to you later.
This takes a little work, dude.
I don't want to rip the plywood out and
No, you don't got to rip the plywood